It's the Bears and Buffalo Show.
And we're live. Beers and Buffalo podcast, season 7, episode 23. Back at it again, getting ready for the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and we're in a good mood because the Bills will be playing in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs after getting a win last week against the Jaguars, man. A little stressful game, a little closer than I'd like it to be, but we kind of both knew that. But I'm happy we get to talk football and Bills another week.
Yeah, for sure. We knew the game was going to be close. The Jaguars had the number 1 run defense in the league going into this game. The Bills had the number 1 run offense going into the league, or going into this week. So we knew something was going to give. It was either going to be the Bills were going to dominate or the Jags were going to dominate. It turned out the Jags realistically ended up holding the Bills pretty much hostage when it came to running the ball this week, other than Josh Allen. So it worked out. And I'm definitely glad we get to talk Bills another week in the in the actual playoffs.
Yeah, likewise. But before we get into that game, we're going to talk beer. Jeff, you were responsible this week for bringing the beer. What did you bring us? I'm going to Google the juiciest bomb here. I just told you what we were drinking, so we can have.
We are drinking a Sloop Brewing Company Juiciest Bomb Triple New England IPA. I saw this. I said, you know what? I wanted something good. I know an IPA is good. I looked at the can. I said, fun can. They already hooked me in on it. And then as I'm driving home, after I sent you the picture, I'm at a red light. I'm looking at this. I'm like, 9.5%. Oops. The Sloop Juiciest Bomb. All the citrusy, juicy, American hop flavor we could fit in a can. So I just poured it. I haven't even put it near my nose. And I could smell.
There we go.
I could smell the flavor on this. This is going to be juicy. It's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to it. They are out brewed and canned by Slot Brewing Company, Hopewell Junction, New York, and Hampton, New Hampshire. Hopewell Junction, I'm assuming, is closer to
the city.
Yeah, the other side.
That side.
The other side of New York.
So I just Googled this, dude, and
it's very good. I can see a lot of floaties in there. They're not actually floating. They look like still. It's kind of weird.
Oh yeah, this has got like it's got the sediment in it.
It's got some chunks. It's got some floaties in there. I love it.
Holy Jesus, dude! It smells incredible though.
I'm saying I didn't put it in my nose. I can smell it. I know this is going to be a good beer.
They have, because you know what I have? I haven't had this one.
Okay.
They have Juice Bomb, which is a step down from this.
Okay.
This is the juiciest.
I saw a 12-pack of that, and then I saw that, and then I saw a 4-pack of this. I just figured because it was in 16-ounce cans. That's why it was.
Cheers. Good head on that one too.
Yeah, great heads. Man, that punches you right in the taste buds.
Oh my goodness, dude.
That is definitely juicy. Holy shit.
It really does. It doesn't even taste like a beer.
No.
It tastes like, you know what it tastes like? It's like a mixed drink with alcohol in it. That's what, it doesn't taste like a beer. It literally tastes like I made something down here at the bar.
Well, I don't even know. I'm going to try to get this on camera, but my sediment isn't moving. It's like still.
Here,
I'm probably not going to get it in there.
I'll blow it up. There we go.
I'm probably not going to be able to get close enough to the camera. Or
it's definitely, there is definitely some floaters in there, and
they're not moving. They're like stationary in the beer. It's so
they're
weird.
Frozen in time, dude.
Yeah, literally frozen in time. I'm gonna try to get a picture of this, and then
yeah, dude, this is the most intense beer I think we've tried. If
anybody listening or watching wants to see the actual way this beer looks, it's kind of weird. It's not moving.
Dude, this is the most intense beer we've had, I think, on the pod.
I think it's very close to that White Bronco, but I think it's a step below because the White Bronco has more of an actual beer flavor. This is kind of too juicy for me, but it's still very good. Yeah.
Well, also the Bronco is a little bit lighter in the alcohol department.
I don't even think of it that way, too, though. I just think of it. I look at it for taste. I look at it for... just
right.
overall.
I just feel like you can probably crush maybe a couple of these, man. I don't know. The 2 might be good enough for us today because this thing is, dude, it's potent, man.
Bro, they're 9.5%.
Hell yeah.
One of these might be enough.
What did we?
Tonight.
What was our highest
Bronco
of the?
Was high for me. I think.
Well, we had the same. The Barnabas was 10. Bronco was probably like an 8 or something.
I had
6-8.
Oh, 6-8%. Yeah, we had it at 9, and you had it at 9.4. I was already thinking around 8.8, 8.9. So a little bit below the white Bronco for me. Great flavor. Probably too juicy for me.
I'm going to go... I'm going to go 8.5. I'll go.
Yeah, I'm going 8.8 on this one.
Okay.
They had another one. It was something similar to this, but it was pineapple. And I was going to grab that one. I actually like the can a little bit better. But I was afraid it was going to be overly pineapple. And I don't like this is overly.
And your beard from the floaters, dude.
Wow.
You're good.
Thanks. Yeah, I was afraid of it being overly pineapple, so I went with this one.
Oh, Jesus, dude. It's a good one. Definitely one of the hottest ones we've had.
I'd recommend it if somebody asks, "Hey, what's a good?"
It's a sipper. It's a one and done type of thing.
If they're looking to have a nice beer, I recommend this.
I think this would scare a lot of novices though because of the floaters. Like some people, when they see that, they're like, "What's wrong with my beer?"
Yeah. What
honestly, it's probably just like I don't know if it's the yeast or what it is in there, man. But
probably the fruit, maybe. Something's making it like stationary.
I feel like it's the yeast.
It's kind of creeping me out that it's not moving.
Dude, it's in there, dude. It's suspended in time.
It looks like if you froze a beer, this is what it would look like.
Exactly. It looks like it's part of the glass and not the beer.
Yeah, that too.
All right, let's get into it. Bills game. Bills coming off 27-24 comeback victory over the Red Hot Jags, team we said would be tough to beat on the road last week, and it was tough. One-score game pretty much the entirety of that game, and pretty defensive through 3 quarters there. Also pretty physical game, and despite being battered and bruised and knocked all over the place, Josh played a great game, completing 28 of 35 for 273, a touchdown. He had a 108 passer rating and 33 rushing yards and 2 more scores on the ground. No turnovers, which I think was the key there. Overall, man, dude, it was a hard-fought game, but, dude, Josh got beat the fuck up in this game, dude.
I was just about to say, they beat the shit out of Josh. Like, that was literally what I was in my head. That's what I'm waiting to say. And they literally beat the shit out of him. Like, this dude, he had to go into the blue tent for concussion protocol. I thought he blew his ACL out, which we'll get into that because we lost 2 other players with ACLs. But I would not be shocked after our season's over, whenever that is, if they're like, yep, Josh Allen blew his ACL against the Jaguars. He just played through it.
I don't know if you could play through that type of injury, though, dude.
Shavers did it. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
He played an entire second half, 65% of snaps, and had like 6 catches and like 70 yards or something crazy like that.
But that was at the end, though, like, right? He was
blew that in the second quarter, came back in the third quarter. He played the entire second half. So I don't know. That Allen injury, they showed that slow-mo replay. It looked like it could have been a hyperextension, so I'm hoping that's all it was, but...
Well, we'll talk about it.
He was in a lot of pain.
Yeah, so not only was Josh beat up this game, he had to make things work with an already depleted wide receiver core. We saw 2 more injuries, both Gabe Davis and Tyrell Shavers sustaining ACL injuries against the Jags, missing the rest of the season. Bills down to 3 wideouts, Shakir, Coleman, Cooks, unless there's been an update today. I think Samuel should be coming back. But we didn't go out and get anybody, did we?
No, there's somebody on Wilkins, I think, is on the practice squad.
Yeah.
Wilkerson. I heard that name bounced around. I can't remember if that was an actual...
I got the screenshot you sent me, actually.
Okay.
So Steven Gosnell, I think it's a white dude, to be honest with you. I remember his name in preseason. Mecole Hardman, Christian Wilkerson.
Yeah, so that's the guy that I think is getting called up.
Okay.
I wouldn't be shocked if all 3 of them have to get called up. Who do we got at this point? Well, Samuel's coming back.
If Samuel can't come back, you could see probably Hardman and Wilkerson probably. The fun stat that I gave you is that Wilkerson, dude, he's only played in a handful of games, and he's got 6 catches, and out of those 6 catches, 3 of them are touchdowns.
Take it.
Hey, man, that guy's 50% on catches for touchdowns.
He had 6 catches and 3 touchdowns this week against the Broncos. Sign me up. Sign me up for that.
Free agents that you sent me: Allen Lazard, Deontay Johnson, KJ Hamler, who was on the team and released, Elijah Moore, who was on the team and released, Robert Woods, former Buffalo Bill, Nelson Aguilar, and Odell Beckham Jr. Out of that list, if I had to take somebody, it would probably be either KJ Hamler or Nelson Aguilar, just because Odell's washed, dude. Robert Woods, I feel like, is washed. Although he's been there, it could be a better system play. But so is KJ Hamler and Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore, remember he was like pissed that we released him?
I thought he was good. I thought he played pretty well for the Bills.
He was dropping some passes,
yeah, but
dude.
he also made some big plays. He had separation. So that was the thing that I liked about Elijah Moore when he was with our team, was that he made separation, and that was the biggest issue we have with our wide receivers. We didn't really have anybody that could create separation and get open. His problem was, like you said, he wasn't catching the ball. So that kind of defeats the purpose of having somebody that's going to make that separation and then not.
Are you sure he's a free agent? Because he's on Denver, Elijah Moore. It says right here.
Hey, what I sent you.
He's on their practice. Well, I guess it might be like.
I think I'm pretty sure.
If you could scoop somebody if they're on a practice squad, yeah. This year, let me see.
That makes sense for somebody to pick up Elijah. That would make sense for the Bills to pick him up if we can.
Yeah,
because he knows the system.
9 catches. So he played 9 games, 9 catches on 17 targets, 112 yards, 12 yards a catch. He had 1 drop. I don't know what it was, but the Bills and him didn't jive. And I remember when he left, he kind of was a little salty in his farewell tweet. Yeah. So I don't think he'd be somebody that'd be on that list. And then Deontay Johnson, he's washed as well. Alan Lazard, dude, he couldn't do anything with his favorite quarterback when they brought him to the Jets. So another guy, like a lot of those guys aren't really going to do anything, which they're not expected to. You're just looking for more of a plug and play. And at that point, KJ Hamler's been on the team. Even Robert Woods has.
Was Robert Woods on the team with Josh Allen?
I can't remember either, dude.
I think he was. I just remember he bounced around a little bit. I know he went to Tennessee for a little bit, and I think he went to Houston. I'm not 100% positive if Robert Woods played with Josh. He might have
16 and 17. It was before Josh, right?
I was going to say, I don't think he played with Josh, which I think that would have been a good weapon for Josh. I liked Robert Woods when he was on Buffalo, but didn't he get injured before we let go of him? I thought he had an ACL.
He only played 13 games that season, and then he played only 12 games of the Rams their first season, and then he was healthy for like 3 seasons.
I forgot about the Rams.
And then his final season, that was when he was good, was when he was on the Rams. That was he actually did better on the Rams than he did when he was on the Bills. Was that was their one of those were their Super Bowl years?
Probably the first one. That was Jared Goff.
Yeah, 2017, 2018.
Yeah,
I think
that was Jared Goff.
So that's another guy. I mean, yeah, granted he didn't play with Josh, but being in that Bills system, that was even before McDermott, dude. That was the year before McDermott. McDermott was 2017.
Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy.
So actually, it's a whole clean house. Actually,
Isn't it
since
crazy how Woods has been like, we think of Robert Woods like, yeah, he was just on the team.
I thought he was here 3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I was like, wait a minute, was he with Josh Allen? And I don't think he was. And now they're coming to find out he wasn't even with McDermott.
No.
So that was it's interesting how that works out, how everything blends together.
It does. Everything really does. Jaguars came into this game, best run defense. We talked about it before the pod. They hadn't allowed a 75-yard rusher against them all year, and that held true this past week. Cook was limited to just 46 yards on 15 carries, but we were able to make up with it with, Josh being Superman this game when it counted, the defense coming through when it counted. We only had 24 points scored between both teams in the first 3 quarters, and then it opened up in the end of the game there. Jags and the Bills combined for 28 points in the fourth quarter alone, including 4 consecutive drives with a touchdown. It's just started to click, I think, finally. We started getting some momentum. We started, I don't know if Joe Brady figured it out and started calling some more creative plays, because did I text you? I texted my cousin. I'm so, if I see one more screen pass, I'm leaving, dude.
Yeah, you texted me.
I'm leaving.
So sick of the screen pass. Everybody I talk to about this game, that's the first thing I say. What'd you think about the game? Fuck the screen pass. I'm so sick of it. It doesn't work. It's too goddamn predictable.
Well, we use it when it's
like 3rd and 13 or 2nd and 12. Like, we're not anywhere close enough. If it's 2nd and 3, try it. Go for it.
I think we're too predictable with the screen pass. Like, teams know when we're going to use it.
Yeah. And
we're predictable with running it on first down every single time. And if that doesn't work, then we pass the very next. It's literally the Bills' first 2 plays is a run pass almost all the time. If we don't get a good chunk on the first run play.
Yep.
And you can't keep doing that. Switch it up. Do a pass on first down. Look, the game is long. You play 4 quarters. You don't have to be afraid to, one drive it doesn't work, but you try something different.
Yep.
I'm even fine with that. I just hate doing the same thing every single drive and expecting a different result when it doesn't work, dude. So, yeah, man, I texted you. I texted my cousin about it, PJ. I was like, dude, I can't stand seeing another screen pass.
It's frustrating.
But they got a little bit more creative, though, in the fourth quarter, and they were starting to get the juices flowing there. Josh put the cape on, dude, and had them boys going. Defensively, Bills combined for 9 pass deflections, 3 tackles for losses, and 2 interceptions. Shaq Thompson led the team with 8 tackles and a pick. Cole Bishop sealed the game with the game-ending interception as well.
Did you see that by the numerology with that?
No.
So Trey White tipped it.
Oh, yeah.
To Cole Bishop. Trey White wears 20. Where goes my pen? Trey White wears number 27, and Cole Bishop wears 24. Game ended 27-24.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's kind of cool. And actually, if you look at the replay, that was a design tipped by Trey White because he tipped it up, and as soon as he tipped it, he immediately looked to see if Cole Bishop was where he was supposed to be, and Cole Bishop was right there, and Trey White he had his arms up celebrating before Cole Bishop even caught the ball. If you go back and watch that replay, it's actually pretty fucking cool. Like Trey White planned that. Trey White, I don't know what happened, if he's got Benjamin Button syndrome going on with his career going into the season, but he's playing phenomenal, and I'm here for
better than expected. I will tell you that, man. I don't think anybody.
He looked washed against the first time he played Miami.
Oh, dude,
Jalen Waddle was running all over him. I'm like, dude, get Trey White out of this game. Don't even bother playing him anymore.
It's matchups, though. I think he had a better matchup this week because Waddle is top 5 fastest receiver in the league. Like Jacksonville doesn't have that type of personnel. They got a bunch of average to good receivers, but none of them are really burners out there. I think he had a better matchup this week against the Jags receivers. Plus, they beat the shit out of us on the ground anyways. I think they doubled us almost in yards on the ground. It was close to that. What I almost forgot because I didn't write this down, but I was looking at the play-by-play here. So the Bills end up sealing the deal with that interception, but rewind that to the last touchdown where we get down to the goal line and Josh sneaks it in for a touchdown. But at that point I think we're on like the 1 or the half a yard line, and they had burned all their timeouts. There was about a little over a minute to go. I'm saying in my head, not even QB. I think we're actually right up on the goal line. Not QB kneel it. Just fall down like forward and like just fall kind of in the same spot where you are and take 40 seconds off the fucking clock.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like I get it. Oh, you need to score in that position. You don't want to leave that up. We had 3 timeouts. Josh Allen can just QB sneak it 3 more times, dude. Yeah. We're gonna go for it on 4th down anyways. They're not stopping 3 Josh Allen sneaks. They're not.
I see both sides of this. I see people saying, dude, you got to get it on the first try. Doesn't matter how much time you give them. The defense has been playing good. But on the same side, it's like they've also scored back-to-back possessions, the Jaguars did. They scored back-to-back touchdowns on back-to-back possessions.
Yep.
And they have one of the best kickers in the game.
That's where I was going with it, was the kicker.
They only needed to get to the 50-yard line.
Dude, that dude's got a fucking leg.
If they start at the 35-yard line, they need to go 15 yards in less than a minute. And get Cam Little into kicking range for him. And I think Karma kind of before the end of the second half, the refs try to throw that up to them. Yeah. Oh, they 100% try to give the Jags an extra
3-point there.
Yeah, they try to give it to them.
And that would have been the game tying.
Yeah.
Essentially, and we would be in overtime, and who knows what happens. But the refs did try to throw that game before half. Thank God he missed it, and that wasn't that far. It's definitely not far for him, but he just missed it. I think it was left actually. It hit the upright.
Yeah, they weren't even close to getting that ball off in time, and we had 3 Bills players offside. So you're telling me they got that off on time, and they were able to get 1 second with a spike? If that's the case, we had 3 players off. I saw the still shot. The clock said 0, 0.
Oh, they
0.
showed it multiple times.
There's 2 or 3 Bills players 4 or 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage on the Jaguar side. Even if they did spike that ball, you could still call an offside penalty on the Bills, give them an extra 5-10 yards, whatever it is, and then give them another shot at that field, or give them that shot at the field goal even closer. They probably make it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they definitely weren't paying attention. They're like, yep, they got it off on time. You know, we'll blow the whistle, give them their extra 1 second.
Yeah, that
was bullshit.
That was bullshit. They stopped the clock, or they showed the replay a bunch of times in the booth. I know we had Romo fucking announcing that game. He was more than annoying, dude.
If I had to hear Tony Romo at the end of the game say, "This is so heartbreaking for the Jaguars. I really wanted them to go to the Super Bowl." Shut the fuck up. There is not one AFC quarterback remaining in the final 4 quarterbacks for the AFC that deserves to go to the Super Bowl more than Josh Allen. The other 3 AFC quarterbacks are on rookie fucking contracts.
Yeah, dude.
Josh Allen is in year 8 or 9, whatever it is.
This is his year, dude.
Like, I get it. Like, you stop with the fucking, the Jags had such a Cinderella. Liam Cohen did such a good job.
He did. Look at they did. They did, though. All that can be true.
It's all true. But stop being like, I feel bad for the Jaguars. You never said that shit last year when the Bills lost to the Kansas City Chiefs again. You didn't say that the year before when they lost to the probably the Chiefs again, or 2 years ago when they lost to the Bengals. It's just like, okay, we get it. Like, you know, now all of a sudden, you know, you're looking now that Mahomes and Burrow aren't in it. You're looking at all the other quarterbacks. Now, because it was before, it was
that's correlated there though, because obviously we have a bunch of new faces in there this year. You know, Houston being in there, Jags being in there. Indy was supposed to be in there, but even Pittsburgh kind of getting in there. So I think that obviously it was up for grabs for everybody, more so not only just the Bills, but everybody in the AFC not having those powerhouse teams in there. So from the media standpoint, Josh has been put under the spotlight, but all these other quarterbacks, and Bo Nix too. I mean, he was there last year, and we bounced him out of the wild card, which we'll get into. But a lot of these quarterbacks are all young guys now, and I think the story is, if it's not Mahomes or Burrow or Jackson, you got all these other guys that actually have a chance, and that's the real Cinderella stories that people are hoping for now. Well,
I really think they should be looking at, like, Josh Allen has done everything possible. It's not like Josh Allen has lost games.
Oh,
Josh
absolutely.
Allen has not lost a game. Maybe the only game that I could see where Josh Allen was kind of at fault here for losing is probably the Bengals game. But that was a snowstorm that was fresh off of, like, whatever drama was going on with his ex-girlfriend. Diggs was on his way out with that season. So it's just one of those things where it's like Josh Allen has done everything right. As he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now.
There's no doubt in that. I mean, it's not even he doesn't deserve it or he should be next up. I think it's just more of, look at how it got, the AFC was shook up this year, that it's more of an up for grabs. So from the outside looking in, if you're not a Bills fan, you're looking and go, it's up for grabs. Let's go. I like going underdogs. I love rooting for underdogs if it's not a team I want to root for. So if I didn't give a fuck about the Bills or any of these other powerhouse teams, I'd be rooting for the Jags. I'd be rooting for the Texans. I'd be rooting, I don't know who in the NFC would be the underdog, the Carolina Panthers, and they're gone. But like
they had a chance.
They had a chance. I'd be rooting for the Bears. Like if I wasn't a diehard Bills fan, or if you don't care, the outside perceptions is, well, we don't have to hear the name Mahomes this year in the playoffs. That's why it's like, the Jags, they missed it. There's some sympathy towards those teams because it is a different look this year in the playoffs. So, the last thing I'll end on that game is the Jags only had 2 penalties. They ran for double the yards, like I said. Bills had 7 more minutes of time of possession. I don't even know how that works. They controlled the clock with the ball, with the run game, but we controlled the clock in the end somehow. They must have just, you know what it was? They had some quick
3 and outs.
Yes, well, that's what I think contributed to it. They had some 3 and outs, and their big run plays were that. It was just like an explosive play. We gave up a huge run, and that was it. They weren't clocking. It was like they'd have a big run play, and a couple plays later, done.
I think what it was the Bills, the start of the game, the Jaguars started out with a 3 and out. The Bills got the ball with
the start the game
minutes, and then they ran the clock all the way down to like the 8-minute mark. I don't even remember the first play of the game, if it was a field goal or a touchdown.
It was a field goal.
So the field goal. they got that field goal with like just over 8 minutes or just under 8 minutes left. So they ate like 6 to 7 minutes off on their first drive alone. And I think that's really kind of what set the pace for controlling the clock. So it's not like, I think realistically it was that first 3 and out by the Jags and then the Bills controlling almost the entire first quarter.
Yeah. I mean, it was just funny looking at the stats. I'm like, well, we got beat in the penalty department. Yep. We had like 7 compared to 2. They outran us, and it was 2-1 on the turnovers. I almost forgot about the Ray Davis fumble on the punt return.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
Or kick return, maybe it was, where his own guy ran into him.
Yep. So, really, like this is. I'm thinking to myself, I'm watching this. I'm just like, this is really how this game is going to go.
Because you can't. It was such a close game at that point. Yep. It was so defensive. It's like the turnovers matter, and we said that I think last week too. Like, where you have really good defensive team, you can't afford to make the mistakes because you might not be getting the points that you're used to getting. So turnovers are a premium here. And at that point in the game, I forget when it was. I could easily probably look that up. It was right here. So that was early second quarter. It was 3-7 Jacksonville, and they got the ball back. Yeah. And then we were able to hold. We were able to turn over on downs them in 6 plays. Yeah. That was a huge turning point because they got no points out of that turnover, and then we scored a touchdown right after that to take the lead. So that was a big part of the game where they come off a touchdown, they get the ball back, and then our defense again, big stop after big stop. Dude, Shaq Thompson is literally worth every single fucking penny we got this guy for.
Best middle linebacker that we have on this team. I don't even know who is supposed to be starting.
Dorian.
Was it Dorian Williams?
I think it was Dorian.
I loved Dorian Williams last year.
Yeah, he was great last year.
But Shaq Thompson has come into this season and just absolutely played the lights out, and I'm here for it, man. Yeah. I love, dude. He's all over the field. I feel like he's in on every single play.
He is. He's given 110% effort, man. And he's somebody, and I said it before, he wasn't talked about in the offseason when we were making moves. He was one of the earliest, if not the first, signing that we had in the offseason. Went under the radar and didn't really get to showcase too much until those injuries started happening. You find some more floaters in there?
Bro, there's probably a good millimeter of sediment on the bottom of this one.
Yeah, dude. It's a lot.
I'm gonna be chewing that last sip.
I'm gonna leave that down there, I think. All right, let's get into it for this upcoming week here. Bills travel to Denver, facing off against the Broncos this Saturday, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. 1.5 point underdogs at this time. They were favored. They swapped over to underdogs. I still think that's generous. I get it. We beat a team that won like 8 or 9 games in a row, but Denver is the 1 seed. You got to show them respect at home. I think it's 2.5, 3 points should be where it's at. But whatever, they keep giving the Bills a ton of respect, regardless.
I think that's the Josh Allen effect.
It is the Josh effect.
It's got to be.
It is the Josh.
We just had a regular elite quarterback. We don't have an elite quarterback.
If we just had a good quarterback,
superstar. Like we have whatever's better than elite. That's our quarterback. Like, and I listened to Colin Cowherd's comment earlier. Yeah. He was talking about all the matchups this weekend are coach versus coach, coach versus coach, coach versus coach. When you get to Broncos versus Bills, it's Sean Payton versus Josh Allen. You don't look at Sean McDermott the same way as you do because of Josh Allen. Like, Sean McDermott only has his job, in my mind, because of Josh Allen.
This is true. I'd say the first couple years I'd give Sean McDermott the benefit of doubt for changing the culture. 100%. But since probably that 3rd year, it's been Allen because we've seen what he's transformed into. So yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. It's gonna be Peyton,
and it's crazy to me that I'm agreeing with Colin Cowherd because I can't stand that motherfucker sometimes.
Weather's looking like 48, partly cloudy.
Great weather. So
not worried about that.
Nope.
I got our Snapple fact. I used this earlier in the day today. So we're playing at Mile High Stadium here, right? Mm-hmm. Highest altitude NFL stadium. Tough to play for a lot of teams. Yep. Guys get out of breath. Do you know the highest altitude D1 college in the United States?
Got to be somebody in like the Rocky Mountains or some shit like that. So
just give me a. You can even give me like an area. I know you don't know colleges like that, but
I want to say like Wyoming
city or something.
Idaho. Idaho.
Wyoming. University of Wyoming. Guess where Josh Allen went to college?
University of
Wyoming.
Holy fuck, we're set, dude.
So,
no shit. That's
dude.
a fun Snapple fact right there.
So
I'm also impressed with myself for pulling Wyoming.
I actually am.
I'm looking at the
people
map
forget about Wyoming, dude.
I'm looking at the map in my head. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, most people would say Colorado. And a lot
Colorado
of
and Wyoming, like this.
Yeah,
they're the two sister states.
They're right there. Most people would say Colorado. So, like, Colorado University, the Buffaloes, or Colorado State, or Denver, even.
Yeah.
So Denver is Mile High Stadium, 5280. That's 5,280 feet above sea level. Wyoming is 7,500 feet, so it's another 2,000 over 2,000 more feet higher than Denver.
So Josh Allen may not be accustomed to it anymore, but he's played in it before, so it's probably not going to fatigue him. Like, when you get used to something, it's like when you're
now I can't know the rest of the team. I don't know how that's going to help us, but hey, Josh, our quarterback,
Josh is the one that matters. Josh is the only one that fucking matters at this point. And it comes down to, how, like, when you're cold-blooded or warm-blooded, like, you move to Florida, your blood thins out because you're used to the heat. And that's why it's like 60 degrees in October is cold as fuck because your blood's thin. But 60 degrees in March is warm as shit because your blood's thicker because of that. It's the same thing when it comes to the elevations. Josh Allen, he's been there before. He might not be accustomed to it as much anymore because he's been in lower elevations. But, growing up there, playing there. Oh, no, he didn't grow up there.
He grew up in California. But
California. But I'm just saying. Like,
Playing college ball there, obviously you have to adapt to that.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to play up there. So that's our Snapple fact of the day, though.
Didn't Jackson Hawes go to Wyoming? Or who was we had a Wyoming tight end at one point. I can't remember if it was Jackson Hawes or not. I know there was a third tight end at one point that
Yale, not even
close.
Another Ivy League guy.
Ivy League.
Fun fact, he was the other Ivy League guy that's a perennial offensive player.
For the Bills?
No, didn't play for the Bills. He's in the playoffs right now. It's a position that people forget about too.
Oh, I have no idea.
Kyle Juszczyk also went to Yale.
Oh,
actually,
really?
I don't know if he went to Yale or Harvard, but he was Ivy League.
I was thinking Ryan Fitzpatrick went to Harvard.
Now I gotta look it up because.
Oh, Juszczyk. Yeah, I definitely know you. I definitely.
He did go to Harvard. Okay, so another Ivy League guy, but I didn't know he went to. Yeah, that's all right. Cool. Yeah. I don't know if somebody else went to. We can look that up after the show.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this here. So Bills are off the set. Are set for a playoff rematch against the Denver Broncos divisional round this weekend. It marks the second consecutive postseason meeting between the two teams. Last time was the AFC wildcard round last year in 24, where the Bills secured a 31-7 victory. During the previous wildcard matchup, Cook led the rushing attack 120 yards on the ground with a touchdown and 23 carries. That's why I said take the over if we could parlay that motherfucker. Bills had 210 combined rushing and 277 passing yards overall. Josh attributed for 2 passing touchdowns, and wide receivers Shakir and Samuel, along with Kincaid, caught every pass thrown their way, combining for 176. It could be a repeat this year. We're getting Samuel back. Yep. Shakir's been the one, and Kincaid has been our tight end this year. So we could see and we need James Cook to bounce back. This could be a mirror match from last year. Now, the difference is I think their defense has improved from last year to this year. So I think it'll be a little bit closer in that department. What's up? We got some chat going on?
Just your buddy Mike F said, "What's up, buddy?" I don't know who Mike F is.
Mike Fort. Mike Fort. Let me see if this chat's working.
You know who was funny? I actually was hoping your new friend from the Sabres game that we went to on Saturday, bro, you had that dude dying all fucking night. I was gonna wait till we talked about the Sabres, but
that dude was gonna piss himself.
That shit was funny. Actually, I just had to ignore a call from the Niagara Falls City School District. I wouldn't be shocked if schools are closed
tomorrow.
Why? Because we're supposed to get about 8 inches of snow over the next 24 hours. And the wind chill is supposed to be in the negatives tomorrow.
Back in my day, we used to walk uphill.
I know. Yep. Both ways. 15 miles. Yep.
Actually, no, they were closing schools. I was sitting in front of the TV waiting for shit.
That's what I mean. We were sitting in the street. We're looking at the fucking box.
The little banner.
The little ticker. Like, I'm sitting here. We were both in the ends. You were before me at Niagara. I was at North Tonawanda. I'm like, there it is. We're closed. Let's go. We'll go back to bed at fucking 5:30 in the morning.
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit. Mike F says the same thing. They're closed. Just got the call, too.
All right, then.
So, all right.
Yeah, he's got a daughter, too. So,
Oh, okay.
All right. So, defensively here, Buffalo limited the Broncos to just 79 rushing yards, pressured Bo Nix, completing only 59% of his passes, and he only went 144 with a touchdown. Buffalo was the 2 seed then, and the Broncos were the 7. Now we're the 6 seed, and they're the 1 seed. So a little bit of roles are reversed.
Yep.
We were home last time. We hosted them. We whooped their ass, and that was I can't remember if they got out in the lead, and then we just scored 30 straight. Because I was at a buddy's house watching that game. We were all like, oh, fuck, not one of these. And then we just scored 30 straight points on them.
Who was their wide receiver last year?
Well, Sutton was on a team.
Yeah, Sutton. It was Sutton. Sutton had that, like a 60-yard bomb from Nix.
Yes.
It was just like, oh, fuck, here we go again. They got off to an early 7-0 lead, and then Buffalo scored 31 extra points, and it doesn't even matter.
Hell yeah.
So, love to see it.
I mean,
and I'm not expecting the same outcome. I'm not expecting a 31-7.
No, and I wrote that down.
Better. The offense got better. Bo Nix has more experience now. This isn't his first rodeo. This is now his second playoff game. They are the number 1 seed, so I don't expect this to be a blowout like last year. I do expect this to be a little bit closer. I do think Buffalo wins, obviously, as a fan, but
I think this is where coaching matters a little bit more now. We're getting deeper into the playoffs here. Granted, we have the secret weapon, but Sean Payton's a fucking experienced coach, dude. He's been in the playoffs before. He's going to have his guys ready. They have the home field advantage is so important. That's why I wish we could have got a better seed, dude, because it does aggravate me that the Bills.
We didn't get the 1 seed.
I know. It does aggravate me, or at least a higher, but we couldn't, right? So it was either we're going to get the 1 or the fucking 6, I think, at best at the last game there. But I wish we would have got a better seeding in there because this does mean so much. And you're not going to tell me that they haven't thought about this since last year when we knocked them out of the playoffs. They're going to be ready, dude.
I don't think they thought about it going into the season and throughout the season.
No, but
once
this game.
Once our game ended Sunday at 4:29.
Yes, when they knew who they were playing.
Like Buffalo, hey.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But
yes.
I also think back to when the Bills lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. It was everybody was talking about, the revenge game in the regular season. Like,
but that's the regular season. I'm talking about playoffs is different, dude. And we never got our revenge on Kansas City in the playoffs ever. So,
right,
you know what I mean? Buffalo not looking good on revenge games when it matters at this point.
right.
So that's another thing going against us there. Another thing here, protecting Josh. Denver has the league's most formidable defenses, specializing in pressuring the quarterback. Josh has been a consistent priority. Protecting Josh has been a consistent priority, and this Sunday is going to be even more crucial. He was only sacked once in Jacksonville, but he's been getting beat up, pretty bad in that game. I expect them to, kind of come at us pretty hard this game. Denver leads the league in sacks with 68, quarterback hurries with 149, pressure percentage at 9.5%, and they rank 5th in blitz percentage at 33.9. So this year, we all know Josh took way more sacks than he did the year before, 40 times this year, 26 more than in 24. And then Benito on the other end for them has 14 sacks, fifth in the league for Denver. So we're going against, essentially, I rifled off a bunch of numbers there just to tell you, we're going against another good defense. Yep. We played a good defense week one, the wild card week. Now we're going to play another good defense in the divisional round here. Points are going to be hard to come by. No means do I think this is going to be another 30-6 game, 30-7 game. You're gonna have to keep up with this team and keep them at bay. So
here's why I'm a little bit more optimistic about our offense. They don't have as good of a run stopping defense as Jacksonville did, and if James Cook can, I said the stat last week when he was over 100 yards of scrimmage in a game, the Bills have only lost one game with those numbers. So if they can go over, if Cook can get over 100 yards rushing, we're going to be okay. I think the Bills know that they have a good pass rush. They're going to go back and look at what they did, the Bills themselves did against the Texans, and be like, listen, we're going to see probably some of the same things because they both have a good rushing, or a good pass defense, pass rush. I think they're going to bulk up. You're going to see an extra tight end block. You're probably going to see Jackson Hawes blocking.
Now that's what you would expect to happen. Is that what's going to happen?
Should happen because if we're putting in extra personnel, if it's not from the wide receivers, because we're down to 3 main wide receivers, you're probably going to see. I wouldn't be shocked if you see all 3 tight ends in at one point, because we're down to 3. You're going to see both tight ends, Knox and Kincaid. You're going to see the 3 wide receivers, and you're probably going to see our 3rd tight end or our 2nd running back go in and be more like a fullback and get an extra blocker in there. You got to keep Josh upright. You can't let him take the sacks that he took earlier in the year.
Well, this is why I'm saying that. Is like, yeah, that makes sense, but look at the Houston game when we got sacked 8 times and we made 0 adjustments at halftime. That's what I'm saying. Like, yes, that is the plan. I need to believe the fucking coaching staff to follow through here and get this team ready for this game and make adjustments if needed. But you got to go into this knowing, look, they got a good pass rush. What are we going to do? The game plan should already obviously be ready to go, right? If this shit ain't working, you need to fucking alternate. What do you call it?
You got to change. You got to change course, change your direction, whatever it is you want to call it. You also can't panic, because panic puts you in a worse position than not changing. If you start panic changing early in the game, that's worse than, I think, making an adjustment later in the game or not making an adjustment at all. Because once you start panicking, that makes everything worse. That's just the way I look at things. I don't want them to panic. Like, oh, Josh got hurried on, 3 plays and he got sacked once in the first 2 drives. Like, that's a lot. Don't get me wrong, but let's not panic and like jump to go change.
I don't think it's a panic thing.
Let things work itself out. Let them get into the game. Let the game kind of like see what goes, what goes on with the game.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there, but I'm more worried that if we do fail, it's a coaching failure and not a player performance failure. It could be a player performance. Now I'm thinking about it, because fuck, man, we're short on wide receivers, but I think that we were able to get out of that Jags game pretty good. We're basically playing the same team with a little bit better offense. Yeah, essentially.
Realistically,
you're right. It's the same team again.
A little bit worse defense, but a little bit better offense. So it kind of, I actually think this kind of works out in the Bills' favor. Well, having a little bit worse of a defense, because our offense is so fucking banged up. Like I said, we just talked about, we're down to 3 actual starting wide receivers. Yeah, like we don't have anybody at this point as a wide receiver.
I'm going to make this last point, and then I want to talk about something different with the Bills' offense. But the Denver's offensive approach here, they're not a high-scoring offense. Definitely known for their defense this year, but they've won 11 one-score games this season. Bo Nix has been under pressure. He's recorded 10 fourth-quarter touchdowns, which is tied for second most in the league. And I think JA-17 is the other guy that he's tied with 10 touchdowns. So we're in a battle here of the 2 quarterbacks that can come back from behind. I definitely think this is going to lead to a close game. But this is why I'm saying, like, you got to keep up with them, because if the shit gets out of hand, it's tough to come back against this team and their defense. We have the quarterback that can do it, and they got the quarterback that can do it as well. But guess what? Let's just keep it a 1.5 score game most of the game here, and keep a lead on them, keep them at bay. It's Mile High Stadium, so you can kick far field goals. The ball does travel further. Prater looked good. We didn't talk about Prater last game. We didn't know if fucking that dude was suiting up. Yeah, he came out right away, field goal right to start the game, 50-yarder, bang, right down the middle. Wasn't worried since that. Never got re-injured in the game, which is a good sign. This isn't real wood, but knocking on it.
Knocking on something. I don't even say knocking on wood anymore. Knock on something.
Just knock on it.
Nothing's made with real wood anymore.
But the Bills offense, dude, you have to be ready to just stick with them, dude.
Agreed.
The creativity with Joe Brady has to be there. I'm not going to talk about screen passes again, but we got to start using our weapons here. Kincaid was barely targeted last week. I know he's kind of questionable with the hamstring. Yep. I'm going to pull up the injury report in a second here. But I'm looking for Josh to spread this around here, man. We talked about this earlier in the season. I think this year, Josh hasn't had to do Josh things as much because of how successful Cook has been. I think a lot of that attributes to him not getting into that groove. If he starts throwing the fucking shit out of the ball, he starts getting warm, dude. It's hard to knock him off course. But if we're relying on a pass game and then or a run game and then we got to go, Josh, do this, the consistency seems to fall off a little bit. So I don't know, man. I'm hoping that the Bills can unleash Josh a little bit more in the air. I understand we want to run the ball. We want to give Cook some rushes here. I picked him in a prop just to foreshadow a little bit, but not this week, but
almost picked him
in a prop this week. But I mean, like, I would expect Josh to be throwing a little bit more to keep up with that team because we're going against Bo Nix, who some have compared to Josh. I know Drake May has also been compared to him as well. This is another mini-me, another Josh mini-me, essentially.
Right. Yeah, I know. You labeled this Josh Allen Light. I don't think it's Josh Allen Light.
This looks like sand down here,
bro,
dude.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even bothered.
I don't know if I could drink that.
I usually don't mind drinking the ass of beer, but, bro, this is non-wiped ass with beer. But that's for me. I know it wasn't, but Andy DeSantis over here.
Yes, Andy.
Andy, I don't know who Andy. That's another DeSantis. Shocker, not Tom this week, but Andy.
No relation to DeSantis, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. He said, or he or she said, when we spread the ball around.
Dude, it's Andy, dude.
I grew up with two different Andys that spelled it Andy and were girls. So
really?
Yes, I know it's shot.
I thought that was an I.
Yeah, you would think that, but I grew up with two different Andys that were Andy or Andy and they were girls.
Andy, I know where he lives. If you want to beat him up later,
you can't beat me up because I'll lock the door. Yeah. He said, when we spread the ball around, use our three running backs as receivers, we'll be okay. I totally agree with that. You got to spread the ball around, and you got to use all three running backs. I totally agree with that. The point I wanted to make before this comment popped up was when you were talking about the Broncos having 11 one-score game wins this year. One of those was against the Raiders. I understand divisional opponent. Raiders were dog shit this year. One of those, they had to come back against the Giants. Giants were a 2 or 3 win team this year. Dog shit. The other one that I have off the top of my head was the Commanders. They went to overtime with the Commanders with Marcus Mariota as the quarterback. Not their. Sorry, I got a hiccup.
Oh, I know. I got you.
But
get the hiccup burp. The combination of the two.
It's the sediment that's stuck.
You're drinking fucking beach over here, dude.
But Jaden Daniels was not the quarterback when they played the Commanders, and the Commanders actually almost beat them. So you look at, I guess, 3 out of the 11. When I see that teams are winning 11-score games, a couple of years ago, it was the Vikings that won 13
one-score games.
13 one-score games. They went 13-0. I said, you know what? They're frauds. They lost to the Giants and Daniel Jones at that time. Last year, it was the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, I get it. They went to the Super Bowl. Understandable.
Yeah.
This year, complete opposite though. They weren't winning those one-score games. They lost 90% of their one-score games. So that's why it's like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. They win the close games, but they're close games that they're winning against. Raiders, no. Giants, they had to come back against. I think they had to come back against the Chargers too. Chargers were a good team. Also another division opponent for the Broncos. But yeah, if you want to pull up those one-score games, you're typing.
You're good. What are we looking up?
I just wanted to see the Broncos' actual one-score games this year because I feel like the ones that they won, they probably shouldn't have won. Like, you know what I mean? They barely beat the Broncos or the Raiders on a Thursday night, which Thursday night is a bullshit.
Okay, so that's not a one-score game. Here we go.
Kansas City was dog shit then.
Right here, Green Bay,
decent team. That's a 12 score. That's 12 points. So that's a 2-score game.
Okay, never mind.
2-score game.
No, it's not. This isn't 12. This is 8.
34-20. Oh, yeah, it is.
It's 8.
My bad.
Another 7-point game. Vegas.
They barely beat Vegas.
1 point with
Washington. That was with Marcus Mariota.
3 point with Kansas City.
Well, where's the other You sure this is this? Oh, 12-25. Yeah, they beat Kansas City with nobody.
Let me throw this on the screen too, so we got it. No, you're good. You're good.
I'm thinking that's week 1, but that's the final week.
Yeah, we're going backwards. Kansas City 3 points. Vegas again 3 points.
Yeah, that was that Thursday night game.
Houston, 3 points.
That's what
That
I
was a
mean.
blowout.
Like, that
1 point against the Giants.
They had to come back to that one.
2 points
Barely
against the
beat
Jets.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, they're looking
Yeah.
at these one-score games. Like, I get it. They're 14-3 or whatever their record is, and they're the 1 seed. You don't want to discredit a 1 seed. You don't want to discredit a 14-win team. But when you look at their wins, like 13-11 against the Jets, they should have won that game that should have been 33-11.
Yeah.
You look at 10-7 against Vegas. Understandable.
That was that Thursday night game that I left early on because it was the worst game that they've ever put on primetime, I'm pretty sure.
That set football back 50 fucking years.
Yeah,
You're telling
it was
me
a bad
the
one.
14-3 Denver Broncos as a 1 seed, we should be scared of. The Bills should be scared of.
So
Like, that's what I
I'm
mean.
glad you brought this up because I did forget about these 1-score games and who they were beating in them. Vegas twice by 1 score, the Giants by a point,
Which I get.
and the Commanders by a point. Yeah, but a lot of these games too that you're looking at here, 10 points, 18 points, 13 points.
18 points against who, though?
Well, Houston. So that's a good defense.
That's a good defense. Great defense. 18-15.
22 against the Chiefs. That's a good defense. 27. So yeah, I guess they were scoring some points. Dallas obviously has a bad defense.
Yeah, that was probably the Broncos.
Sauce Gardner was still here. Yeah, man, I don't know that.
Cincinnati, that was without Joe Burrow.
So look at they've won a lot of these games in 1-possession games or 1-score games.
And they blew the game against, or they lost the game when
by
they were
1
up
against Indy.
They were
yeah.
up in that game. I remember that.
And
game.
they lost this one by 1 score here.
Yeah, to the Chargers. Which Chargers were
So they're
a decent team
They're
early.
8-2 in 1-score games this year.
Yeah.
You have 10 1-score games. You're keeping shit close. We got any comments here? What's up? Nope. That's me. All right, let's. I wanted to bring up the injury report too. I'm already displaying the screen here, and I don't know how this list could have got bigger than last week, but it did.
Bro,
It got
I'm
bigger.
watching this game, and I'm just like, oh no, Gabe Davis. Oh no, Shavers. I said, oh no, Josh Allen. Every Bills fan, when they saw Josh Allen go down, grab his knee, and be in the worst pain.
Oh, I said get ready for Mitch. I said get ready for Mitch.
I'm like, oh no. I'm like, it's our season.
Mitch Trubisky about to sling that thing, dude. After what I saw in person against the Jets backups, 4 touchdowns, no
I
picks,
was
dude.
thinking the same thing.
I said, get Mitch.
said, you
I
know
ain't even
what?
worried anymore because I just saw him. I literally just saw him.
You know what? And you know what I love about Mitch Trubisky? Real quick on that Jets game, the Week 18, he knew he was basically starting.
Yeah.
Josh only got his first snap, but he knew he was starting. He went around to every offensive player in the locker room and asked their incentives for bonuses. What a fucking team player!
No, he knows. He knows. Yeah,
That's what I mean. Like he knew.
That's
he had the wherewithal to be like, "Hey, what's your incentive this week? Oh, you do 4 catches. All right, noted.
good team player. You're right.
Great
dude.
team player. Oh, you need 10, 15 yards. Noted. Like we're slinging the ball today. We're doing what we got to do. But I'm just like Mitch Trubisky when he came out against I know it's the Jets. I could have had a good game against the Jets.
Yeah, I got it.
But it's just
But the numbers that he put up in the weather that it was
he got
too.
nominated to be the Air Player of the Week from FedEx for the NFL. Like that's how
Yeah.
good he played.
I'm not gonna look at. I'm not saying that game holds a lot of weight, but you'd like to see that versus a 1 touchdown and 3 interception game and we lose. Like that's promising, dude. Like the guy hasn't really played since preseason.
Yep.
So then you fast forward 18 weeks and he does this.
He might have
I
come
mean, at the very least, it gives you confidence or gives him confidence that if something happens, God forbid, we can plug him in and be competitive. I would hope. I hope that's the case. So start things off. Josh, knee, limited, full practice today. So obviously we didn't think anything. We didn't think he wasn't going to play anyways, even if he was limited today. Terrell Bernard limited in both practices yesterday and today. AJ Epineza limited. Maxwell still not practicing. A little worried about that, man. I wish he would come back.
Me off about Week 18. He was in the game way too late.
Yeah.
He never should have been in that position.
That's how I feel about fucking Dalton, but we'll get down to him in a second. DeMar, full practice. So we could have some
IR
secondary.
still, so he might come back as well.
Okay.
He's still on technically injured reserve.
With the pectoral. Ty Johnson is still not practicing. So we're looking.
Last week, though, and he wasn't supposed to.
No, he didn't.
Ty Johnson played last week.
No, he didn't. He
sure?
Yeah, Frank Gore Jr. was in there last week.
Oh, I swear Ty Johnson played.
Nope, he didn't play last week. Frank Gore got like one snap to his way or two snaps his way.
And I thought Frank Gore was going to be a good.
We wanted him. We wanted him to be, but
no. But what I saw in preseasons the preseason.
Yeah, he had a good preseason that one year.
The year he got drafted or undrafted when we signed him, and then this year being on the practice squad, I thought he had a good preseason. This year.
The thing is, dude, nobody knew. Nobody knew how good our running back locker room was going to turn out.
Cook was going to pop off last year like he did.
Well, I wouldn't even say Cook. I'd say Ray Davis, dude.
I thought Ray Davis popped off the year before too. I thought Ray Davis might have challenged James Cook for his job last year.
I didn't see that because they draft it does matter. And
I agree.
You'd have to do some crazy shit to fucking replace a higher draft pick. So Ty Johnson not this week. Dalton Kincaid, knee, calf, limited practice. He'll end up suiting up. I know he will.
Walking boot after the game, and that
dude, this man. I get that they wanted to give him reps for that week 18. He should never have played that game. We were going to win regardless. Knox could have held the fort down.
I said week 18. Anybody on that list, I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah.
That game did not matter for seeding, and realistically it didn't. We could have been the 7th seed. Actually, I don't think it mattered. We still would have been the 6th seed against the Chargers, even if we had the same record as them.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter unless Houston lost, but Houston played the day before and won. So
I'm going to just say it didn't matter. Just say it didn't matter because it's not worth getting hurt. That's the thing, right?
You're right.
It's not even worth getting hurt.
You know what? My correction on that, I agree.
Yeah.
It did not fucking matter. Seeding aside,
and
it did not matter.
It's not worth getting injured.
I said on the podcast, week 18 preview, anybody on that injury report besides Josh getting his one snap to get off the field and keep his streak alive, none of them make an absolute difference when it comes to playing this game or not. Keep them healthy. Maxwell Harrison never should have been in that game. Dalton Kincaid never should have been in that game. I'm pretty sure Knox played that game as well. He never should have played. Thankfully, he's not on the injury report this week. But
Matt Milano, ankle, limited practice. He'll be fine. At Oliver, we could be getting back limited practice both days. We'll see. It always depends on the last day of practice whether or not really they're going to play. If they can get a full in, usually you're good. I
saw a video of him practicing. He looks all right, but he's got that massive fucking thing. But
then I don't even know. Then
but realistically, as long as that keeps his bicep intact, like you just got to go fucking try to attack, man.
But would you rather just look at this week, give him one more?
This is a do or die game.
Yeah, but then he gets hurt, and then we can't use him next week.
We don't know if we're going to even make it to next week. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but then it's long-term injury.
He can get hurt the third play of the game.
I know,
and it won't make a difference whether we win or lose.
Jordan Poyer. Honestly, dude, did not practice. You're fine, dude. Sit out, dude. You look bad out there. He had a very bad game, dude.
He did, but I'm talking about the weeks leading up to this.
No, he was all right. He looked bad this game, though.
Looked better. He did look bad in this game.
He looked old for a change. Matt Prater, I mean, he did not practice on full. He'll play. He has to. We don't have another kicker.
Matt Wright is on the practice squad.
Oh, they put Matt on it? Okay.
Yeah, well, they signed him last week in case Prater, and I didn't see that Matt Wright got dropped, so I think Matt Wright is still on the practice squad just in case. He had some decent-ish numbers. He bounced around the league a little bit. Yeah, he does have some decent numbers. Can kick a decent length, too. He's overly accurate from far, but good enough if we need him for extra points, basically.
Well, my Ohio State, we can kick far, so it don't matter.
Well, all right, you're right.
Greg Rousseau, this is I don't know. I didn't know he got hurt. Limited, so we'll see what happens.
So I saw this video of Ed Oliver, and Greg Rousseau was basically just doing warm-ups. They're just doing like knee-high drills, walking next to each other. Greg Rousseau's a fucking monster. Bro,
he's huge.
Towers over Ed Oliver. And
he's a big dude.
Oliver's a big boy. I'm like, holy shit, Greg Rousseau is huge. Like, I've never seen Greg Rousseau in person, obviously, but just seeing him next to Ed Oliver, who is an NFL player who's probably bro, 6'6", 300 something, 260 pounds.
6'6", 266, dude.
He looked 7'6" next to Ed Oliver. Look up how big Ed Oliver is now.
I mean, usually the ends are a little bit bigger, but we'll see.
But I'm just saying though, look how big is Ed Oliver? 6'1".
He's got 5 inches on him,
They
dude.
look like a good goddamn foot next to each other. I know the video camera and the distance and all that shit, because they weren't focusing on Oliver. They weren't focusing on Rousseau. They were focusing on Oliver. Ed Oliver or Greg Rousseau in the background. I get why they call him Groot now.
This is a guy.
Because of the name. It's because of the fucking size, bro.
Dude, this is a guy.
It's insane.
If you saw in public, you'd run the other way, dude.
God, yeah.
You don't pick a fight with this guy.
He's the nicest person in the world.
He probably is, but you know what? When you got that in the back pocket, you could beat anybody up, dude. Yeah, dude, you're not.
You just gotta look at him the wrong way.
Yeah, that's it. Curtis Samuel, we talked about, back on the active roster. Elbow, full practice. Yep. When I see 2 of those bad boys, he's suiting up.
Yep.
Tyrell Shavers, I'm amazed that they're actually not IRing him at this point, because
they did say the season was done, so it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so he's out. And then Shaq Thompson, we obviously need him. Nothing on Tuesday, so this is a new injury. He had a limited practice today.
Chiropractor,
neck.
Icy hot. He'll be all right, bro.
I don't like seeing neck injuries.
Bro, I slept wrong last week, and my neck is still fucked up. It's been almost a week. He'll be all right. Dude, get him some ice.
Yeah, you're right.
Get him those patches. Go over his neck and shoulders. Like, he'll be all right. Your neck, it's just get him to the chiropractor. He just needs a little adjustment, you know.
I agree.
I'm not a doctor, obviously.
I agree.
But
I agree.
That's what I feel like. The dude played lights out last week. He's got a stiff neck. Yeah, probably because you're wearing a fucking 8-pound helmet on your head. You're adding more force to your neck. You're probably taking weird shots and pushing your neck back. And
yeah, dude.
I'm talking out my ass at this point.
We don't even know the extent of the injury. I don't know if it was in game, if it was after game, if it was in warm-ups. It could have been in practice, because he practiced on Tuesday.
Well, yesterday was a walkthrough. So today was actual practice. I bet you limited practice with the neck. I bet you he slept wrong. I bet you he slept wrong.
If Jeff, if it comes out that he slept wrong,
playing the lotto.
We're playing the lotto. All right, let's get into some NFL news here. We'll start off with the Rams sneaking out a victory, 34-31 on the road against the Panthers. They did not cover the 10.5, like I said, but they won the game-winning touchdown in the final minute of regulation. I'm actually worried about them next round, despite Puka going off 10 for 111. That's what he does.
I feel like that was the first half, though, because that was before.
It was all first half numbers. Game. It was all first half numbers.
Because I remember he had 2 touchdowns in the first half. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I put $5 on him to have 3 touchdowns, and he dropped one right before the end of the first half. Because then you came and picked it up before the Sabres game. It's just like, oh, he's definitely going to get us.
He had most of those. I don't think it was all, but he had most of those yards. Yeah. He probably had like 6 catches in the first half, and most of his yards as well. But yeah, man, the Rams did not do what I think a lot of people thought the Rams would do, especially looking at the spread. They were supposed to win this game easily.
By 20-30.
Especially the rematch. You lost last time. Yeah. You're going back 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. Like, I think a lot of people thought, now I was one of the few that said that's too many points in a playoff game on the road to be giving up. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I like the way that I capped that game thinking that way, and it was correct. I am worried about them in the next round. They play, and I don't want to get into the pick'ems, but they play the Bears next round. Yeah. I'd still be worried about them against the Bears. Like, dude, you struggled on the road, and you got to be on the road again. You're the 5th seed, so you're on the road again. No. That's going to be challenging, dude. I don't know. I thought the offense, they got Devontae back. Nakua has obviously been a stud. Stafford's been there before. Like, dude, they have the team around them.
It was very surprising how they lost.
I don't know. And you have a coach.
And how they almost lost to the Panthers. You got to give a lot of credit to the Panthers, though, this year. This was a good year for them. Great year for the Panthers. I'm actually very happy for Bryce Young finally coming around. Yeah. Having a good season. Ted McMillan, going to be a stud. They improved that offensive line, and honestly, they improved the run game. I know I know Chuba Hubbard or
Rico Dowdell
had some moments, but if they could get a stud running back, and I'm talking like a top 5, top 10 running back,
their defense was good this year.
Their defense was good. I think they have good draft capital going, or good not draft capital. cap space going into next year. I think they're going to boost the offensive line, the defense. I think the Panthers are kind of on the up and up, which is nice to see because we looked at them and they're like, well, what the fuck are you doing at this point? They're on their third coach in 4 years or something crazy like that. You look at the Titans the same way. Cam Ward had some flashes this year. They fired their head coach. So I'm thinking the Panthers, at least they got in the playoffs. They saved their head coach. They're on the up and up. And I'm hoping that, it's nice to see these teams that's like, well, they're gonna be shit forever, basically, because this is how it works.
Also, it's nice to see like a competitive. I mean, they're always competitive, but they always have like losing records. You want to see that
they were 8.
That division competitive, right? Yeah, they had a losing record. They made the playoffs.
The 3 top team, the first,
they're all
3 out of 4, they're all 8-9.
So if you look at the division, I still think the Saints are at the bottom. Unfortunately, they have some pieces, but they need some more. Yep. It's a quarterback dependent league. Baker, I think, is the best quarterback in that division. It's
fallen off a little bit.
I still give him the benefit of the doubt.
I do. But
and then it's like Penix and Young are like, no, Penix and Young are probably the next two, and I don't know who I'd give the edge to. And this year, Young has made an improvement, and Penix has declined. Granted, he was injured for a little bit, but the Atlanta has way better role players. Bijan, Pitts, and Drake London. That team should be able to give Tampa a run for their money, but the injuries hit that team hard. Bijan was the only healthy player on that team, and it still wasn't enough to make the playoffs. So now you go Saints and Carolina at the bottom there. I think Carolina can inch up again, and they're going to be competing for that second team next year. It's whether or not Tampa can get their shit together because they started off great. They also had injuries too, though. So this is a division that had a lot of injuries. It'd be interesting to see if everybody if everybody's healthy, I would like to see how this pans out. I bet you Tampa's in the playoffs.
I bet you
Tampa's in the playoffs
anymore.
I know, I get it. I don't either, but I bet you Tampa's in the playoffs if there's no. That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't be shocked. I don't ever want to hear about injuries again, and I don't want to get too far ahead or whatever. But if Buffalo doesn't make it past this week, I don't want to hear the excuse about injuries.
No, it's not.
The 49ers.
49ers are there.
The most injuries in this league. They've lost
all key players too.
Key players. That's what I mean.
Key players.
They just lost George Kittle last week, and they still might win this.
They've lost him multiple times this year.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
he's been in and out of the lineup.
I had fantasy one year I missed the first 5 out of 7 weeks with him, maybe even more. But I'm just saying the 49ers have lost key injuries on defense, key injuries on offense. They got rid of Debo, and he went to a different team. They signed Ayuk, who then said, "Nah, fuck you, I'm not playing for you." They didn't have any of their wide receivers going in. George Kittle got hurt. Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey.
Purdy was hurt too. They had They had Mac Jones in there who actually did good.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm like, I don't want to hear the injury excuse anymore. But same thing with the Bills. The only player that cannot get hurt on the Bills is Josh Allen. That's the only player that cannot get hurt. And I know we talked highly about Mitch Trubisky a couple minutes ago.
Who can't get hurt on San Fran?
Christian McCaffrey.
Same thing, dude.
Well, and he's injury prone. I think he's stealing the souls of all these other players to make sure he doesn't get injured.
This dude's a fucking Mortal Kombat, dude.
Fred Warner, George Kittle, dude. Anybody on this 49ers team, it's like, you're going to get injured because I'm taking your health from you. Like, I feel like that's what Christian McCaffrey's doing. And Christian McCaffrey has kind of slowed down a little bit this year. He's not the Christian McCaffrey of 2 years ago when he was fully healthy. Last year was kind of a bust.
This when I was Shang Tsung, dude, where he takes everybody's souls.
Yep. Shang Tsung. I knew exactly what you're talking about. I couldn't remember his name. Bro, I used to love playing Mortal Kombat as a kid, which, looking back on it now, I probably shouldn't have been playing Mortal Kombat, a violent game like that, as like a 7, 8-year-old child.
This is our guy, dude. This is our guy right here, dude. There he is, man. Shang Tsung.
Fuck yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Awesome. Mortal Kombat, I think, is coming out with a new movie soon.
They are. Dude, their movies are great.
Here's some Buffalo reviews.
Movie reviews. We'll have to compete with Yim reviews.
Yeah, that folded. That's why I said that.
Oh shit, it did.
He'll never listen to the podcast.
I know. He'll never hear this clip right here.
No.
Nobody clip this.
I won't clip it and send it to him.
I will say real quick before we move on to the next game, the deciding factor, though, we were just talking about, I don't want to hear about injuries. Look at San Fran, where they got the ultimate one-up on us. And I don't even want to say ultimate, but it is a clear one-up, is coaching. Yes. Shanahan is a far better coach than McDermott is. So they know how to deal with the injuries. They've adapted, and the coaching has been enough to go, we got the right pieces. Our star player's still good. Dude, Juwan Jennings is good. Yeah. He's not a name.
Right.
He's not a name, and they've made it work. I think, literally, the Bills have... All right, I'll give the Jets. The Jets have the worst wide receiver core in the NFL. Miami's pretty close there. Even fucking our whole division is not great on wide receivers if you want to just talk about names. But the Bills are also like a bottom 5. Yeah. San Fran is there too. Who on that team is like a big name?
I agree.
Pearsall missed 90% of the season, and when he came back, he wasn't even relevant. They've been doing shit with Juwan Jennings and Kendrick Bourne and Jake Tongas because Kittle's been hurt half a year. So
yeah, Kendrick Bourne, New England Patriot.
So this is all to your point. Like, I don't want to hear about injuries, but coaching is so important. So important.
So 2 things on coaching real quick before we get to the next game. Kyle Shanahan, this is going to be the best year he's ever coached the 49ers. And it will not get talked about because he will not be up for Coach of the Year in the NFL awards. Number 2, I've seen people say...
They giving it to Ben?
What?
They giving it to Ben Johnson, you think?
Oh, probably. I haven't seen who. But I just
guessing right now off of like who's left.
Probably going to be Ben Johnson.
It's got to be.
Liam Cohen.
Liam Cohen or Ben Johnson? Oh shit, dude! Honestly, we do have it's up for grabs. I think
it really is. There's a lot of teams that even the Bears and the Patriots.
I leave that hat
both on. Had like they both had under. They combined for 7 wins last year. They combined for like 28 this year. But no, a lot of people are saying Kyle Shanahan lifetime coaching contract. Who says no? And I've seen people be like, you know what? As crazy as that sounds. He's a quarterback coach. He's offensive minded. This is an offensive league. Like, he's going to get the most out of any quarterback. Look what he did with Sam Darnold when he was there. Look what he's done with Brock Purdy. The only quarterback that he's failed on, Trey Lance. And I think that's a Trey Lance issue.
I don't think he failed on Trey Lance, though. Trey Lance was always hurt.
Trey Lance wasn't good, though. Anyway.
No. We never know, dude. I swear to God, I want to see a healthy Trey Lance get an opportunity. But I want to see him get an opportunity. He literally got drafted. He got hurt in preseason like 2 years in a row.
Yes.
Dude, he got hurt in preseason 2 years in a row, and the only reason why Brock Purdy even started is because of an injury. Yep. So I'm not even going to blame Trey Lance for that.
I'm just thinking it's
an unfortunate career for him.
They had Trey Lance, and they moved up for him. That's why I say it's a failure, because they moved up for him. And it was just like... And was it the injury that actually cost him his job?
I think it was, dude, because it was I could have swore he got hurt back-to-back seasons in preseason, dude.
Why not? I think he got hurt against the Bears. It was in Chicago, week 1. Look it up. Trey Lance starting against the Bears. I'm pretty sure it was 2 or 3 years ago. Trey Lance, it was against the Bears. It was an absolute mud bath. Oh God!
Okay, this is some.
That's not what we're looking for.
WebMD type shit here. Hold on.
Trey Lance first game. Just look up Trey Lance first game. I'm pretty sure it was against the Bears.
Lions.
Maybe it was week 2.
Week 1 of 221 season. Lions back up through his first career touchdown. Trent Sherfield. Also, Miami Dolphin Trent Sherfield.
Yep.
NFL grade week 5.
Look up Trey Lance versus Chicago Bears. I'm 95% positive that's the game.
Oh, start was in week 5. Flash a dual threat quarterback debut. That was a start.
Look up Trey Lance versus Chicago Bears. I'm almost positive.
Start to the 22 season. So it was the next season.
Yeah, it was tough, rainy debut. That was a mud bath, and I remember both quarterbacks absolutely just sloshing around in the
Tyler
mud.
Croft. Oh, not
and
Tyler
I'm pretty
Kraft.
sure that's the game he got injured.
Eddie Jackson.
I'm pretty sure Lance. I'm pretty sure he got. I'm pretty sure Trey Lance
after
got
loss.
injured.
No, he didn't get hurt. I have a lot.
I swear he got. Okay. Anyways, that was the start of Trey Lance, and he might have gotten injured the week after.
Yeah.
We're very sidetracked at this point. We're about 15 minutes way past this segment. Not that we have timed segments or anything.
There's no time segments,
Even
but
though I've said we should have timed segments.
we could. We need a mediator to sit here. We need Jeff Jr.
No, we know what you need. We need your mom over here.
Oh yeah.
We need Lisa.
You guys are,
hey, boys.
You guys are running a lot.
Let's wrap up. We need a bell or something. You know what we need? It's like part of the interruption when they have that countdown clock and we get the ding and we both get like one extra sentence we want to get in before we get to the next one.
We're still on the first. Okay, anyways. Bears come back to beat the Packers 31-27. Bad loss for Green Bay. They were Super Bowl contenders preseason. We might have to start respecting Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams a little bit more. Yep. I will say I'm going to put more of this on Green Bay's losing the game than Chicago winning the game. I will give them props for winning the game. It was he made a touchdown throw to DJ Moore, end zone to take the lead, but it should never have gotten to that point. And you're home. No, they were on the road. You had a lead. You had a commanding lead. You missed a field goal. You gave the ball back. Your defense folded. Your defense has been a key point all year. I don't want to hear about the Micah Parsons injury. I don't. I really don't want to hear about that injury anymore. You didn't lose the game because of Micah Parsons not being out there. Yep. It would have helped, but that's not why you lost the game. You had the opportunity to win the game. And this is 2002 Trey Lance.
I love how the screen, people can't see it, but we looked up that the Trey Lance and Bears thing, and it's just playing the highlights of that game on the screen. I keep looking over like, oh, that was a good throw.
Did you see so I didn't actually see the whole video, but Ben Johnson post game trying to shake the hand. But he did some pussy shit, and then he went back to the locker room and was like, "Fuck the fucking Packers."
Yeah. So they've always had.
I know. Well, it's divisional opponent, but I get it.
And even when he was with the Lions last year, him and Matt LaFleur, they never saw eye to eye anyway. Obviously, usually the coaches don't.
That's immature though. That's some petty shit. When you're a head coach, you can't be doing shit like that. You can't.
We've seen McDermott do it.
No, he hasn't. He's never done anything like that. You've never seen McDermott go up and do some pussy ass handshake and then go back to the locker room like fuck the Dolphins.
Okay,
he's never done any of that, dude. That's what I'm saying.
That shit, but I've seen him gone out, quick dap, run off the bench, not even saying anything.
No, but they always do quick dap. No, the way I saw a clip, the way he shook his hand, he had his butt out. He was like. And then scooted to and then he goes back. He's like, "Fuck the Packers." That's immaturity, dude.
You're right.
And when you're an OC, you can do that shit because you're not in the spotlight. When you're a head coach, you can't be doing that shit, dude. So
you're right.
I mean, they play the Rams. I might have to fade him off of the coach being a jackass. I don't know, man. We'll see. There's a lot of plays on that.
I can't bet against the Rams. I know they struggled last week against the Panthers. But they're such a good team, and Matt Stafford,
offense is so good, dude.
Offense is phenomenal.
West Coast going back over to the cold though again, dude.
It is going to be cold.
It's another one of those weather games that you got to pay attention to.
I think I heard today they were talking about it. It might be like a high. It might be like
because Carolina was like 55 degrees or whatever. It wasn't even bad there.
The Bills might have the warmest game this weekend.
They might. Oh yeah, a lot of East Coast shit.
Denver, Seattle. Seattle's going to be not cold, but rainy. New England's going to be cold.
Yep, in Chicago, it might be Denver.
Oh, we're down to fucking
four games left.
8 teams. Oh my god, this is
getting down to the end of football season.
And I hate the Bills are the fucking first game of the weekend.
I know.
That's gonna ruin my weekend.
No, they're the second game. There's an earlier game Saturday, isn't there?
Nope. You're right. 4:30.
You're right.
And then San Francisco plays at 8
o'clock. You're right.
Houston's at 1, and then Chicago's at 4:30.
Son of a bitch.
We're getting to the bottom of this shit, dude. I hate it. I love my football, but we got when is the college football game on?
Monday.
Yeah,
that'll be
which
good.
Is a week.
I will be tuning in for that. I will be tuning in for that.
I will as well. Also, speaking of Monday games, they need to get rid of the Monday playoff game. I understand the mothership, ESPN.
What Monday playoff game? This past one?
Yeah, they need to get rid of the Monday playoff game. No, they need.
It's just one game.
Yeah, but you're giving Houston a short week now. I understand the Bills have
it's a real short week too.
So it's 6 days. It's the same as the Bills. They played Sunday. They play Saturday. And,
so it's even.
It's even, but I just think that there was a possibility that somebody was going to play on Saturday. They would have gotten a 5-game. You know what I mean? There was a possibility if Houston won and the Bills lost. Houston would have gone to Denver. And the 1 seeds always play on Saturday, the first weekend. So they don't get an extra day of rest.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to have teams play a second game before the 1 seeds get their playoff bye. So
they could always they could manipulate the schedule, and the NFL, where they could have made it a late game and then pushed the game to a Monday again. You never know.
They should never be put.
I know, but I'm saying they could do it.
Just do 3 and 3.
I get it.
Saturday,
I get it.
3 on Sunday.
I get it.
And that's an ESPN thing. They're paying the NFL a lot of money.
Well, they want to stretch. They want to stretch football as long as possible, as many days as possible.
I get it.
That's why we have Thursday games, which I love Thursday games, but they have not been good. It's a bad product.
85% of Thursday games that's probably being generous are dog shit.
This is if you're a betting guy or gal, start taking overs on or unders on Thursday, because the games are usually ass. Yeah. Eagles get upset at home by the 49ers. My handicap was the West Coast traveling to East Coast, playing in cold weather. It wasn't that cold. Niners still managed a 23-19 win without George Kittle. Got injured in the game. He's out for the season. Eagles lose. They fire their OC. They may have to start moving pieces. A.J. Brown didn't talk to the media afterwards.
He's gone. He's not starting back there. He wants to go to a team like the Buffalo Bills, but the Buffalo Bills do not want that.
That's the thing. Like, I want A.J. Brown the player, but I don't want A.J. Brown the person.
So here's the thing, too, though. We didn't hear about this bullshit with A.J. Brown when he was on Tennessee. Is this just an Eagles thing?
Well, first of all, it might be a winning thing. He was on a shit franchise. They weren't going anywhere. He was good. Now he got Super Bowls under his belt, and he's like, hey.
He was like that before the Super Bowl, though. He was like that before the Super Bowl win. Because remember last year before they won the Super Bowl, he was on the sideline reading a book. People were like, I've never seen a player read a book on the sideline during a game.
Maybe it was just a maturity thing for him. Like, he was... Maybe this is who he is. Maybe this is like, hey, I grew up. This is who I am. I don't know, man. I like A.J. Brown, the player. Here's the thing. I want Stephon Diggs, the player. I don't want Stephon Diggs beating my cook person, but
bro,
I want Stephon Diggs, the player. But I understand how the Bills are a good organization, though. Great organization. They're not going to be the type of person that takes a leap on somebody if they have dirt on them. Like, you start beating your wife or your cook or you're doing shit off the field. They don't want distractions. Right. They're not a distraction team. They've always been like that. And I will give Bean the credit. But
Diggs didn't come in with the distractions. And like I said, he didn't. It
wasn't distractions, but
it wasn't off the field distractions. It was on the field distractions.
He was, dude. There's videos of him on the fucking Vikings, and it was. You can look this up. It's on YouTube. Would you date my sister segment? Every player on the fucking team said they would not let Stephon Diggs date his sister.
Different.
I get it, but I know. I'm reaching on that, but I'm just saying, like, maybe there's a silver lining because maybe there was some shit that wasn't reaching media yet, but all the players in the locker room knew this guy was a fucking weirdo. Yeah. I don't know, dude. So I just say that to say I would take an A.J. Brown.
Right.
I don't want to take the distractions. Now, when you're winning and you're getting thrown to, he's quiet, right?
Yeah.
Same with Diggs. But when you're winning and you're getting thrown to.
He wasn't winning in Tennessee.
No, but that's the thing. He didn't. But there was no optimism in Tennessee. You weren't going anywhere in Tennessee.
But then but if he was an asshole.
Who was the fucking quarterback, dude? It was
Tannehill.
God damn, dude. Still, you weren't going anywhere. He
was the number one there, and he was fucking phenomenal. Mike Vrabel was the coach. So maybe it's the coaching then. Maybe fucking whoever they're coaching.
Bro, it wasn't coaching. It was, that team was ass.
But why wouldn't you say something to get moved out? He didn't ask to get traded.
Because he was young.
They traded him.
That was the team that drafted him, bro. He was a young player. He's matured a little bit more. Now he's in a winning environment.
More than you should be an asshole on
maybe the players he's around. It doesn't matter. It's a different situation. So he wasn't that player then. Now he is that player. Obviously, something happened in Philly. Will that happen in Buffalo? No. I don't know.
Nope.
It won't.
I'm telling you why.
Would they let that happen in Buffalo?
No. And I'm telling you why. Because of Josh Allen. And I'm also going to tell you why. Because Philadelphia itself, they call themselves the cities of brotherly love. That's because they're all fucking assholes. It's an oxymoron. It's opposite day there. Brotherly love? No, we're going to fucking fight you if you look at me the wrong way. Dude, Sonny in Philadelphia
shit
was
stains
built
over
around
there.
fucking being assholes. Like,
they're shit stains over there.
That shit was real.
I'd take A.J. Brown.
I would too. 100%.
I'll take AJ Brown.
I would too at this point because I'm telling you, the shit that's going on with him, it didn't start in Tennessee, and it started in Philadelphia, and I think it's got to do something with that team. Yeah, he wants his targets. Josh will give him his fucking targets. You know, whoever our offensive coordinator is next year, I'm hoping it's not Joe Brady.
It's gonna be Joe Brady.
Probably, unfortunately. Well, maybe not because he was asked to be.
I saw.
He was asked to.
He's not going
for an
anywhere.
interview for the Baltimore Ravens.
He failed the interview.
I don't think so.
So
yeah, he failed the interview by showing his gameplay during the Jacksonville game.
Here,
the Bills said no, not until after the Jacksonville game.
They said, hey, all you do is run screen passes. Never mind. AJ Brown. Here's our lineup next year. AJ Brown.
Hell yeah.
Keon Coleman will be there.
Unfortunately.
And Shakir in the slot. And I think that would work.
I think so too.
And I think Shavers gets bumped up to a fourth.
Some Shavers and a healthy Palmer. I want a healthy.
We all forgot about Palmer.
Yeah, healthy Palmer. Please let me see a healthy Palmer.
I think that
I had such high expectations. For him.
I don't think he was ready for the limelight either. Like they were like, "Hey
right.
man, you could be a 1," and he was like, "Oh shit." He's a 2-3, but he's a good 2-3.
Yeah,
he can't be a 1.
Khalil Shakir needs to be,
and Shakir can't be a 1 either.
Shakir needs to be Julian Edelman. He needs to be the slot guy.
So that's what I mean, though. But because we've never had a 1, we never had a 1, we had to move people around. That's what I'm saying. AJ
Brady never had a 1 besides Randy Moss.
AJ 1, Keon 2, Shakir slot, and Kincaid in the tight. Dude, that works. That works.
Absolutely works.
And then you have so much. Dude, you know how many double teams that dude's going to draw? Keon actually might have a good year.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I'm not giving up on Keon yet, even though he's done shit. Even though I fucking hated him this year, I'm not going to give up because I got to do one more year with him. I love giving guys the benefit of the doubt because I hate when teams give up. I hate when teams give up. So
the reason I'm kind of down on him this year is because my expectations were so high because they gassed the fuck out of him in the offseason. He lost weight, gained muscle, running routes, all this other bullshit. And then you come in and it's just like halfway through the season getting benched for disciplinary reasons. Like, really? All this whole offseason, you got gassed up because you did all the things right, and now you're doing all the things wrong? Your mom already texting you to tell us to wrap it up? Yeah, sorry, Mrs. DeSantis. We'll wrap it up when we're ready to wrap it up. All right.
We got 3 more games to talk about. We got 2 more games to talk about than the Sabres. So
we could skip the Sabres because we're going to have some time.
Yeah, we will. I mean, well, let's see what we get through here and we still got to do the pick'ems too. So
there's nothing wrong with good banter.
There's not. Steelers. Actually, this is the last game. My bad. No. Patriots. I got to do the Patriots game. Patriots, barn burner, 16-3 over the Chargers.
Horrible.
The Chargers and Herbert are who they thought we were.
They're such a bad team.
Not a good playoff team. However, I'll give it 50-50 to Herbert and the offensive line. The O-line gave up 6 sacks and 11 QB hits. You're not winning games when your O-line can't help you, dude.
That was Josh Allen against the Texans and Riley.
Sure, but that's one game, and that's one game, though.
8 sacks and 12 quarterback hits.
That's what I mean, though. Like, does this shit happen in the playoffs for this guy? Like, it's crunch time. Your O-line's got to be ready to go. And their defense did good. That was a fucking 1-score game for 3 quarters, I think, and they scored all those points in the 4th.
So, here's my comparison.
Sure.
Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers in the postseason are Clayton Kershaw and the Los Angeles Dodgers in the postseason. Clayton Kershaw, multiple time MVP in the regular season, could never get it done in the postseason until later in his career.
He won fucking World Series, dude.
Yeah.
The Chargers aren't stiff in a World Series.
It's not because of him, though. I'm saying early Clayton Kershaw never made it to the World Series. Got into the postseason, and Clayton Kershaw looked like shit when he got into the postseason. Justin Herbert looks like dog shit in the postseason 2 years in a row now.
Yeah,
looks like, or it's 3 years in a row now. This is 3 years in a row
he's
now. Because 3 years ago, they blew that 24-0 lead against the Jaguars. So
that
it's
was
like,
the only playoff win right there.
Yeah, so carry on. We'll hurry up for this. We'll hurry this up for Mrs. DeSantis.
I mean, my point on this is like, all right, they are who we thought they were. I picked correctly. I did pick the Patriots -3, that one.
I don't remember.
I thought
last week.
no. This is just a side bet I did.
Oh,
I thought they'd be a little more competitive. 3 points is really bad, and that just means you couldn't do shit on offense. And if you couldn't do shit on offense, that means your offensive line didn't do good that game. So when you score 3, if you score less than 7 points in a game, it's your offensive line has something to do with it, I think.
the offensive line has been banged up for.
Don't drink that, please.
I'm not.
You might be in the hospital.
More than I thought I did. That's all.
I got a Miller, dude. Don't worry. Don't drink that shit.
We're fine. We're almost done. I don't need another beer anyway.
Sure you do. I got a Miller in there.
Okay.
Steelers, this is the last game here. Steelers say goodbye to their short playoff run and their head coach, Mike Tomlin, after getting embarrassed at home against a dome team 30-6. Rodgers is washed. The offense was terrible. We're wasting TJ Watt's prime years. It's time for a change in Pittsburgh. I just put all the headlines right there to go. Go ahead, Doc.
That game, 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, was 10-6.
2-0 Sabres against the Flyers, too.
We love to hear it. We love to hear it. We love to see it. Well, we're going to put it on when we're done with this podcast. We're going to have another beer.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just saying, I actually feel bad for the Steelers because that was such a close game. Their defense kept them in that game. Aaron Rodgers' possible last play in the NFL, pick 6. He also fumbled in the game. He also got it was a strip sack fumble in that game for a pick 6. It's like, okay, so it was 30-6. 14 of those points, it should have been 16-6. Like 14 of those points were on a fumble, pick 6. Like that's
well, even 16-6, you're losing by 10. So
okay, yeah, 16-6, but still, like 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, it was 10-6.
You got to score touchdowns, dude.
I know. I'm
like
just saying.
Boswell is the only person on your fucking offense.
But I'm saying that's why I feel bad for the Pittsburgh defense. That's why I feel.
Absolutely.
That defense
wasting this dude. They're wasting this guy.
That's what I'm saying. It should have been that game.
This is Max Crosby over here.
Just like 16-3 for the Patriots versus the Chargers. It should have been 16-6. Houston against.
Sure, it could have been closer. It could have been. We got the over going? Yes, let's go.
All right, enough of the bets. Let's worry about our podcast.
I'm just looking. I get it. You got to be able to score the points. Your defense is holding you in games. Rodgers had opportunities. Metcalf dropped some balls in this game, which is like, I'm sorry, if you're DK Metcalf and you're coming off a 2-game suspension, now you're in the playoffs, you have a chance to advance, and you're going against a team that isn't a high-powered offense, so you guys can do your job on offense. You don't have to even do that much. Dude, you got fucking walked, and you didn't do shit. You had 2 catches, and both those catches were in the first half, and you didn't do first quarter, and you didn't do nothing for 3 quarters. I'm sorry. A lot of high hopes on DK Metcalf this year. He isn't who we thought he was.
Nope.
Rodgers isn't who he thought he was.
Oh, no. Rodgers is who we thought he was.
Yeah, but I think a lot of
last year. And the Jets missed the playoffs.
I think Rodgers, but I think his numbers look fine. He had the fastest.
Yeah, he had the numbers. Good numbers last year.
He was the quickest quarterback to get rid of the ball this year again. I think it was 2 years in a row. He's got the quickest release.
He has to because he can't move.
I know he doesn't, but he also offensive line too. So that's fine. You have a quick decision maker on your offense. I'm fine with that. Outside of DK Metcalf, who do they have? Exactly. Pat Freiermuth maybe, but he wasn't even used half the game. Their running backs were actually the next best 2 players. Gainwell, who out of nowhere it became another good player for them, and Jaylen Warren. So you have both your running backs that you're splitting carries with, and DK Metcalf, who has a good game every 3 games. Yeah, man. Now I saw this argument. I'm gonna end on this because this was a really good argument I saw in Gil's Arena. They were comparing, because I know Skip Bayless hates Aaron Rodgers. I love Aaron Rodgers. I think he had a good career. You think he's funny.
I love his cockiness.
He's cocky as fuck, dude.
Very cocky.
Because I think Josh has got some of that. So
I like watching his cockiness on Pat McAfee show too.
Oh yeah, dude.
When he gets on there and he's just like, yeah, well, fuck down. I'm like, you know what? Good for you, Aaron.
Yeah.
Because not every quarterback would say that.
So I'm watching Gil's Arenas, and they have Skip has a job on there now for the football segments, and he's always been an Aaron hater. And Aqib Talib and the other guy, I cannot remember his fucking name. He was a defensive player, retired guy, was defending Aaron, and because he started bringing up Tom Brady. and they go, okay, wait a minute. What was Tom's last year in New England like? They were booing this motherfucker out of the building. He was ass. He goes to fucking Tampa. He's got 3 Pro Bowl receivers. They had Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. They had a Hall of Fame tight end in Gronkowski. They had 2 good running backs, and they had an all-pro defense, Vita Vea. They had Antoine Winfield. They had everybody in their fucking prime, and they had a good coach. So you're telling me from one team to the other it doesn't make a difference? It's who you're surrounded with. Yeah. So you're telling me Aaron Rodgers, if he wasn't given the same opportunity with the same skill set, couldn't succeed?
I agree.
So he is washed, but also you have to be put in a good situation. And the Steelers did not have a good situation. If you look preseason, the only thing you go is DK Metcalf, defense, and that was it. And you say Tomlin. Tomlin
was a great coach,
and you say Tomlin, which he got him there. Despite the record, despite whatever happened, you go, all right. You have a coach, you have a receiver, and you have a good defense.
They had 2 receivers.
Who?
They had
who the fuck did they have?
George Pickens. They had George Pickens.
No, they traded, and then they got
They traded George Pickens after they got DK Metcalf.
Right, but they could. But that was a plan. They couldn't afford both.
They could have. George Pickens did not need to get traded this year. He was still under contract.
He's one of these guys that are headache though. He's their headache though.
Doesn't matter. Aaron Rodgers could have fucking talked some sense into that motherfucker. Aaron Rodgers could have like, listen, I'm Aaron fucking Rodgers. You want to fucking make some money? I'm gonna fucking make you some money because I'm gonna throw you the ball. I'm going to get
He could have. Maybe it could have changed.
Aaron Rodgers probably was better than Dak. Not this year. But Aaron Rodgers, I don't know, man.
But you have the veteran leadership about
George
that,
Pickens and DK Metcalf both could have.
If you had both, now you're looking good.
But that's what I'm saying. They were both on the team at the same time. They got DK Metcalf, paid him, and then George Pickens was like, well, fuck him. Fuck me. You paid him.
They still had offensive line issues this year, too, which is a big problem. But they had a decent
running back, and they had a good defense. Just like Tom Brady had.
Offensive line.
Tom Brady had a good defense.
He had a good offensive line too, though.
I think that's the biggest issue.
It's a big key. Well, it's not the biggest, but that is a big. That's a part of it.
I really think that's the biggest issue. After getting rid of George Pickens,
that dude had he had a team full of Pro Bowlers and Hall of Famers, dude, and they won the Super Bowl that first year. Yeah, no fucking shit, dude. And look at what fucking Winston did the year before. He had 30 touchdowns and 30 picks. So, like, that team was already kind of like, but that team was already like, that's what I mean. Like, so this is why I'm doing this whole thing is that dude, Brian Gilzer, brought that shit up. I was like, that's a good point. He's washed. And yes, he is washed to a certain extent. But when you start surrounding the guys that are washed, that still have talent, because nobody is doubting Aaron Rodgers can't throw the ball. Look, he can't move anymore. If he gets hit, he might be out for he's not practicing the next day. Like, we get it. He's in there. He's up there in age. He's not as mobile as he once was. But if he's still got the mind and the arm, you got to be surrounded with some talent. Yep. And the Pittsburgh Steelers did not surround him offensively with any talent. And then what happened? They got rid of Darius Slay. The fucking defense went to shit. There's no Micah Fitzpatrick anymore. TJ Watt gets hurt on the last few weeks of the regular season. Right. Like, and then Tomlin, with the pressure on him, and I think he knew this shit, was like, I'm on my fucking way out if I don't win this game, dude. Yeah. It's a lot of weight on his shoulders, dude.
And honestly, the only reason they made the playoffs was because Tyler Loop missed a field goal. Like, the Ravens should have been the ones playing.
I'm glad, dude. Fuck them. I don't want to play the Raiders. Ravens. I don't want to see Tyler.
They weren't beating Houston.
I don't want to see Jackson. I don't want to see Tyler Loop. I don't want to see any of these fucking guys, dude. I don't want to see any of the fucking Raven players. I'm glad Pittsburgh's eliminated. They can clean house. Fuck them, dude. I wish they would have won, because I'd rather play them than the Texans if it comes down to it. But yeah, man, it is what it is. You got to surround your guys with players, especially when they get up there in age. You can't look at Peyton Manning at the end of his career. Yeah. That dude was getting held up by his teammates, dude.
The year he won the Super Bowl and then retired, that defense won them the Super Bowl.
Dude, he couldn't move his fucking neck left to right, dude. 100%. Like,
that's why the culture, like, he had neck surgery, he's out of here. He's like, fuck you. But then he had that year that they went to the Super Bowl and he had fucking 55 touchdowns and 5,000 passing yards, which hasn't been broken.
He was healthy that season, though. He was healthy that season.
But
also, look who was on that fucking team. Demaryius Thomas.
Fuck, was the running back.
I think it was Julius Thomas was the tight end. I'll look it up.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the pick'ems this week. We don't need to worry about 2016's fucking Super Bowl with
kind of do, but
Peyton Manning.
It's
you want to look it up? Look it up then. Look it up.
I'm looking this up. I don't care anymore.
Okay.
All right. What year was that? Peyton
Manning's first. Peyton Manning. It was 2013. 2013, 2014. Nope. That was 2018. 2016. Oh. Peyton. That was 2013 because Krista won fantasy football that year because she
Ravens
drafted
49ers is 13.
No, 2013, 2014 season.
No, 2014.
Broncos versus Seattle, and Seattle won that one. But that was the year Peyton Manning threw for 55 touchdowns and 5,000 yards. But that was I only remember that because that was the year Krista played fantasy football for the first time. And other than Vinny, I can't remember who helped her draft, but she drafted Peyton Manning like 3rd overall and then drafted Andrew Luck in the 3rd round. She drafted 2 quarterbacks in 3 rounds and still ended up winning the league because you traded her.
Gordon? Gordon?
Josh Gordon for Andrew Luck. And Josh Gordon, after that trade, went fucking nutty. So
no, this is 39 touchdowns this year.
2013, so was it 2014?
No, that's 14. Hold on.
Yeah, come on. 2013. Peyton Watson. Who the fuck is that?
Oh yeah, he's a point guard for Denver Nuggets. Actually,
yeah, he's trash.
I can't even spell. Peyton Manning, 2013 stats.
Yeah, it was 55 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, this is the year. My
yards.
bad.
Yep.
All right, so let's look.
I know ball, dude. Where are you going?
Hold on, I gotta display this. Sorry.
Oh yeah, display this shit.
All right. I'm going to the players because I want to see who he had on this team. Where's the roster at?
Could not tell you. You probably got to click on the year. Because you're on his stats.
Oh, shit, I am. What year was this? 13?
2013. Wherever it says 55 touchdowns. Touchdowns. 55. Yeah, 2013.
Okay, I was right. Damn, he was 37. So Rodgers is 42. This is 5 years ago. This is still Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
This is still Green Bay Packers. Right. That's why, it's not even apples to oranges at this point.
Right.
All right. Position. Demarius Thomas, Eric Decker, Wes Welker, Caldwell, Holiday, Julius Thomas was who I was thinking of.
Yep.
And then Noshawn Moreno, Monty Ball, Ronnie Hillman, C.J. Anderson. Yeah, dude, this was a squad.
Such a fucking squad.
This was a squad, dude.
But that defense is what carried them. Look at their defense if you can. That was Von Miller. That was the year Von Miller won the Super Bowl MVP.
Danny Trevathan, Sean Phillips, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie.
Yep.
Looking down here. Hold on. Derek Wolfe was good.
Yep. Malik Jackson was good.
Vickerson, Wolfe.
I need my glasses for this shit. I'm fucking old.
Champ Bailey
was a fucking stud. Yeah, Von Miller.
And Michael Huff was good. He was another DB.
I didn't see Von Miller on that.
Von's not on this team.
Yes, he should have been. He was the MVP that year.
No, he wasn't on this team.
Oh, no, he was Super Bowl MVP for Super Bowl 50 the year they won. Yeah. My bad. Yeah, Von Miller was still on Dallas that year. My apologies. You're right. I knew Von Miller was. That's why we got Von Miller, because he was Super Bowl MVP with the Broncos. And I forgot they lost.
Last stat, and then we're going to get in the pick'ems. Andy Reid is now the longest tenured head coach, 12 years.
You know who's second?
McDermott.
Yep.
McVay, Kyle Shanahan are all tied at 8 years. All those guys have Super Bowls.
Except for McDermott.
That's our Snapple fact number 2 of the day. All right, let's get into the pick'ems here. Let me get my screen all ready here.
How did I do last week? I don't think I did very good. I think I went 3-3.
No, you did really good, actually.
5-1?
5-1, dude.
Hell yeah.
I went 3-3. You went 5-1. Honestly,
I'm winning playoff pick'ems. I'm winning regular season pick'ems.
First of all,
bets. Fuck you.
You are literally still lucky because the Chicago game, we would have. If I would have got that right, we'd both be 4-2.
Yeah, and you know what? The one that I got wrong was fucking New England beating the Chargers. I think. The Chargers should have fucking beat
No,
them.
they shouldn't have. That was an easy one. You fucked that one up. You just didn't want. You faded the fucking Patriots.
I wanted the Patriots to lose.
That's what I'm saying. The
Because
only
I wanted
one.
the Chargers to win, so the Bills could
Right.
host the Super.
And that wasn't even a close game. So I'm saying the only one that was actually close that could have went either way was that fucking Chicago game that I had, and they fucking fucked up, but I won left, right, center twice that night, so I don't
Yeah, I
care.
didn't win shit that night. I lost about $20 that night. That's okay.
It is what it
It
is.
was all a lot of fun.
All right, let's get into the pick'ems
I
here,
already
guys.
wrote all mine down. So
We're starting things off Saturday. Bills, Denver, taking
4:30 game. We're taking Buffalo.
Buffalo. I can't fade them. The
We're
8
going
o'clock game,
opposite
San
this one.
Fran, Seattle. I'm taking Seattle on
I'm
the
taking San Francisco.
Seattle at home, number 1 seed, dude. There's no way, dude.
I'm thinking Sam Darnold last year in the playoffs.
I know.
Looked like shit.
So
Only reason why.
that's the good fade.
Only
That's it.
reason why.
That's honestly your best reason to fade
Yes.
is Sam Darnold recent history.
Yep, that's the only reason why.
Because I actually do like
And
San Fran. I do like San Fran.
49ers, they've been figuring it out. They've had.
I like
injuries
San Fran.
They were battling for the number 1 seed up until week 18 with 90 injuries on that team.
I'm rooting for San Fran just because of the injuries, but there's no way.
Yeah.
Smith Najigba was going to have 200 yards fucking receiving.
Probably. I wouldn't be shocked.
Sunday, kicking it off, 3 o'clock, Houston, New England.
I already know where I'm going with this one. I don't want New England to win. I'd rather go back to Houston and play them again, and then instead of going to New England.
I'll fade you.
I'm taking Houston.
I'm taking New England.
I don't want to play New England in New England.
Here's the thing. Defensive battle. Houston will finally fold in the weather because it will be colder this week.
You're right.
And I think Vrabel outcoaches fucking, what's his face? DeMario or whatever his fucking name is.
Fuck. You're close. It's with a D.
Starts with a D. We'll get it. Don't worry. We've been drinking. 9.5 percenters.
Bro, 9.5% flat.
And 6, I love this, dude. 6 o'clock is the late game. Why can't this be the norm, dude?
Right? That'll be
Because we have 4 o'clock
going-
games. That's
yeah.
why. So here's what we do. Well, this is why, because West Coast, fuck the West Coast. If you start those games like an hour or two earlier, and then you have like a 3 o'clock game, then you could have a 7 o'clock game.
Yep.
That's where I'd be at.
Yep.
All right, anyways. Rams, Chicago. I know where you're going. I know where I'm going. Fade them. Go ahead. Chicago.
I'll take Chicago too.
Oh.
Fuck. So
That's all right.
So you went New England, Chicago. I went Houston, Chicago. We're
Buffalo, Seattle.
Yeah, okay.
So we both got 2 different ones.
yeah, okay. So
I thought you were taking the Rams. I can't pick against the Rams.
No, I think Chicago being home and what they did.
Oh,
last
Chicago
week,
home is a block.
I in that cold. Rams also a dome team in Los Angeles, which doesn't.
All right, I'm changing my pick. I'm fading,
you
going Rams.
All right,
Because
you're gonna try to catch up to me after last week.
that's part of the reason. But also, if we think about this here, they got lucky to win last week, dude. The fucking Bears.
Both teams did. The Rams got lucky too, in my opinion.
McVay is the better coach. I'm going
Fair,
coaching.
fair,
I'm going
fair.
coaching. I'll go coaching.
Okay.
On that. Slightly better. Not a lot. All right, let's talk some Sabres real quick before we get out of here.
Our bonus bets.
Oh, shit, our bonus
Real
bets.
quick, we'll fire them off. I'll fire mine off.
I'll keep the screen on here.
Saturday games only. I'm going Kincaid over 3.5 receptions in the Bills Broncos game. The 49ers Seattle game, I'm going McCaffrey over 100 rushing and reception yards. I feel like both of those are a lock at this point, especially with the injuries to Buffalo's wide receivers.
Okay. I'm going chalk. Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. You know he's going to score one on the ground. He has to.
At this point.
And then Brock Purdy, over 230.5 passing. They'll be down most of that game. I think I got Seattle winning this one, so I'm going to go with the game script that Seattle have a lead. The 49ers will have to throw. Whether it's checkdowns to fucking McCaffrey or Juwan Jennings, they will be throwing this game. Give me over Brock Purdy, 230.
I like it. And then the only thing, if you want to sprinkle this on, if you're betting with us, Cook over 76.
I did like that as well.
Yard. I think he's going to surpass 100 yards. I'm probably going to bet all 5 of these in one bet just because, and sprinkle on the Bills money line. Just get 6 bets in one for a parlay.
That was one of his lowest lines of the season too. Cook has usually been like an 80 in the 80s.
Sure.
He is the NFL leading rusher. Respect him. Last week he had an all-time low of 40-something yards. So bounce back week.
Best rushing defense.
You can fade that and go this week. He bounces back. It was a tight one. I do like it, but I like Josh a little bit more. So. Yep. All right, Sabres talk real quick. I think they're up 2-0 still.
They're now 14-2 in their last 16 games, which is the best stretch the Sabres have had in franchise history. Alex Lyon is hurt. I don't know when he's coming back. Colton Ellis looked like shit his last game. It doesn't help that the Sabres played the defending Stanley Cup champions, Florida
but we've beat them. We've
beaten them before, though. I just think the Florida Panthers are going to figure things out. Florida Panthers, even though right now I don't think they're in a playoff spot, they're bottom of the league. They will figure it out. They are going to get into the playoffs. It's just one of those games. Listen, Buffalo can't win. The fact that they're 14-2 in their last 16, you lose one of the former Stanley Cup champions, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
They lost to, I forgot who they lost to end their 10-game win streak. Drawing a blank on it. I'm okay with it. That was also a game where it's like, okay, they were riding that high. They're on a road trip. It was just a tough overall road trip. They were tired. They want to get back home. I'm okay with it at that point. The Sabres look good. Tuck has turned it around. Thompson's turned it around. Josh Doan has been the MVP of that fucking trade. When we traded Peterka, Josh Doan was the bonus player that we got. And Josh Doan has been the better fucking player. Kesseling's still hurt. Lyon's hurt. I really think this team has finally bought into the fact that we can actually do this. We can actually make the playoffs. We can actually make some noise. The fans, when we went to that game Saturday, you heard how loud it was in there.
3-0 Sabres.
3-0 Sabres. I love to see it. You know, it's just one of those things where, you know, I'm really excited for the Sabres. Buffalo's passionate about the Bills, but don't be mistaken. They're just as equally, if not more, passionate about the Sabres, in my opinion.
I agree. I fucking agree, man. Look at the Sabres have turned a new leaf here. They're on the up. The Bills are in the playoffs again. It's a good time to be a Buffalo sports fan. We got the fucking Bandits rolling as usual. I mean, it's good. It's good time to be in Buffalo right now. We hope the Bills keep this win streak alive here. I want to be next week talking about Bills football, hopefully.
Me too.
If I had to give out just a score prediction in this one, I'm going to say low here, so it'll be like 21-17, something like that. I feel like Bills might win this one by 4. It'd definitely be closer, no blowout. Get ready for the Broncos to put up a fight this week. Your butt cheeks will be puckered the whole fucking game like they were last week for the first 3 quarters. Keon Coleman, also look for him to just try to stand out and do something this week. He has to. Look at this could be in his mind. He's like, dude, I got benched for fucking 4 games. We got no receivers left, dude. You're given opportunities here on a golden plate. You got to make the most of those. So, yeah, man, Bills.
Yeah, my prediction was 27-23 Bills. So lower-ish scoring.
I like it.
So
I like it. All right, guys. With that being said, I'm Mikey D.
I'm Jeff.
We out.
Go Bills.
Beer on tap, tables about to snap. Wide right miss, take another sip. From Orchard Park to the studio, Mikey D and Jeff with a T. It's the Bears and Buffalo Show.